What's up YouTube? It's your boy DjCreative, and today I want to talk about headphones. Specifically, how good of headphones do you need? Again, I like to find the best bang for your buck in technology, and I have a tried and true formula here. For less than 400 bucks, you will get an audiophile grade sound that is unmatched. I want to start off by saying I define sound quality as the ability of a speaker or headphone to get loud without distorting. I kind of realized that one day. Hi-fi, actually, you'll see that on a lot of brands. They'll market it with hi-fi. Means the ability to accurately reproduce sound. There's a whole spectrum of frequency that we hear sound in, and the frequency that we can typically hear is 20 to 20,000 hertz. Ideally, you'd want the speaker or headphone to play exactly what was recorded without altering the sound. And sometimes accurate speakers don't actually, quote-unquote, sound the best. So manufacturers will make headphones that sound better to the listeners. They kind of alter the sound, but they're not necessarily accurate. Actually, a lot of mainstream headphones that people wear aren't accurate at all. Like Beats, for example. I mean, the audiophile community, as snobby as they are, actually laughs at them like they're pretty bad headphones, relatively. I'm basically going to break it down into three categories. My suggestion for endgame speakers, headphones, that are good enough to where anything you pay after that, in my opinion, for the average person, anything you pay over that is just a waste. And the money you spent towards these is money well spent. Like this is where I view electronics. I like to find where we are technology-wise. Because, let's face it, a computer made in 2008 versus the high-end computers now, it's night and day. There is a difference in technology. And ironically, for speakers and headphones, like, we kind of had it down in like the 90s even. Like, a lot of the Sennheiser headphones, for example, the high-end ones, really haven't changed that much, as far as I know, from like the 90s. So the first thing you need to do is get a signal to the headphone. I'm going to assume you're playing audio off like a digital device, like a phone or a computer. If you're using a computer, you can use the 3.5 millimeter out of the motherboard or case, but to take full advantage of the headphone, I would recommend an external DAC. DAC stands for Digital to Analog Converter. You have to get the digital sound, which is just ones and zeros to a computer, into a sound wave which your headphone can play. I recommend the S.M.S.L SU-1. As you can see, it's only 80 bucks, and so like I said, what this thing does, it takes the sound from your computer, whatever you're playing, a video game, a song, anything, any sound that's coming from your computer, it's going to turn it into an RCA signal right here. And yes, I know a lot of people say, oh, RCA, what the hell, is this the 90s? No, it's at the end of the day, it's just a signal, and you usually run real short runs with this, meaning like 6 inches. Most you'd want to go is 3 to 6 feet. But so this is just going to take that digital signal in, it's going to convert it to an analog, which is a sound signal, and then you can send that to an amplifier. Now the amplifier I recommend is the Atom Amp Plus. This thing is a beast. I have the Non-Plus, the original, still 100 bucks. Dude, I can't believe technology has gotten to this point. It's going to power the headphones I'm going to recommend perfectly. And for 100 bucks, like, the sound quality is amazing. So there's a thing called SYNAD, which stands for Signal to Noise Ratio and Distortion. So sugarcoating this immensely, it basically means how good of quality an audio device is. Shout out to this guy named Amir on audiosciencereview.com. So he tests all these products, and the cookie cutter version, the main thing you want to look at is the SYNAD. That's like the most important stat of these audio devices. And basically, anything over 116 is considered perfect, and your human ears, your little weak human ears, can't tell the difference at that point. So from your computer, you're basically getting the perfect sound signal. I mean, this is exactly 116. It's perfect for this $80 DAC here. And then it's going to send it over to this $100 amplifier. You know, the SYNAD's a little higher, so it's technically going to be bottlenecked by the DAC, but a perfect signal is going to be sent to your headphones for less than $200. The headphone I would recommend, I have the Sennheiser HD600. They're about $300. You may be able to get them on sale, but they have I don't know if you guys know what drop.com is, but drop.com basically makes good products for cheap. They cut off all the shit that you don't need. They trim all the fat, and they work with Sennheiser. They actually work with Sennheiser, and they basically recreated. It's not quite the HD600. It's more like the HD650, but again, amazing sound. I would consider these endgame headphones. These are going to be everything you ever wanted. If you're using a phone, it may still have an audio out, like the 3.5 millimeter for headphones, but a lot of newer phones have actually gone away with that. So if you just use the 3.5 millimeter headphone out, those headphones may not actually get as loud as you want. It's actually fine for me because I have little sensitive ears, and I've never had a problem using a phone. But again, they don't have the best DAC, they don't have the best amplifier. To take advantage of the phone, I would still recommend, or the headphones, I would still recommend the DAC and the amplifier, but you could technically just get the headphones and skip the DAC and amp, and you'd still have an amazing experience. People always say, what's the best gaming headphone? The best gaming headphone are audiophile headphones. It's been known for, it's not a secret anymore. Headphones in the gaming world are getting better, but still, bang for your buck, I don't think anything comes close to the HD6XX. So all in, you're $400. In my opinion, you're not going to get a cleaner, louder sound from whether it's speakers, anything. This is completely endgame. Like I said, I cannot believe how good technology is at this point. And just to clarify the signal path, to make it even easier, you're going to be playing whatever it is on your computer, movies, games, the sound coming from your computer will go to the DAC via USB or optical, but most likely USB. It's going to convert that signal into analog, which will be sent out to your amplifier via RCA, and then from your amplifier, you'll plug your headphones into that. Okay, as far as wireless headphones go, if you have to have wireless, I'm not really an expert on wireless, I'm going to admit that, but I think your audiophile options go down at that point. Are there headphones that are good enough? Yeah. Do I know where that line is? I don't know. The only two headphones I have experience with are these two. If you're a bass head, they used to have a ton of bass headphones back in the day, but not too long, well, a couple years ago now, I looked up, I was going to buy some, and I couldn't find any. The only ones I could find around were these Crusher Evos. They have this little slider that literally adds bass. It's kind of a vibration. I don't know if it's gimmicky or not, but I mean, if you're a bass head and you just want something to wear to the gym, that's gonna sound awesome for rap and dubstep and shit. Like, these will get the trick done. They also have, you know, a microphone. I guess I'm just not a fan, like, because I've had the HD 600s. These are small, have big ears, like, they get sweaty, they're not open back. It's all preference at the end of the day. If you do need the wireless, I actually did have to get wireless earbuds for my job because the wire was just not cutting it. So if I did have to recommend a wireless option, I would recommend these Sennheiser ones. Now, these are the true wireless. They're only $70. And what I found interesting, I did a little digging because Sennheiser's done this before, like with my gaming headset. It's actually one of their high-end headphones that they just put a mic on. And these little $70 earbuds have the same driver, meaning the actual thing that produces the sound, as their high-end. Now, these are supposed to be $300. They're down to $180. I don't know what's going on. They're down to $190, but these have the same driver as these. These just have like newer features. You know, it may have like a newer Bluetooth. It might have, you know, better water resistance, but this is gonna sound the same as this, and they don't want you to know that, but I'll tell you that. So if you did want to go a budget option, these Zazo T10s, I mean, tried and true, dude. These have like, yeah, 350. There's different versions, but they all have millions of purchases. Are they good enough? Probably. Like, if you just need some wireless buds, like, buy $400 Apple earbuds. I'm totally against that stuff. $23, you're good to go. I am not recommending these at this price at all. The only reason I'm saying these, like the WH-1000 XM4, now they have the XM5. The year before that, they had the XM3, and probably the 2 and the 1. But I remember when, was it Christmas or something, they were on sale. Like, the last version always goes on sale. So I guess if you ever see these for like $150 or under, you know, like the last version, maybe cop those, because these are like their high-end, Sony's high-end wireless phones. If you don't get anything else, I would recommend the Massdrop HD 6XX headphones for $200. You're really not going to get better sound quality for that price. And to those of you who say $200 for headphones, it's worth it, because these headphones get loud and they're crisp. And that's what I like in a headphone, and I'm pretty sure most people are the same. And then, like I said, you can play this off your computer, maybe your phone, technically. But if you want the full experience, I would pay the $200 more. Well, $180, but with tax. I would add the DAC for $80. This goes from your computer via USB out to RCA into the amp, and this thing's going to power it beautifully. That's my recommendation. Take my word for it. I've done the research. They've done the measurements. You know, science doesn't lie. My personal world experience doesn't lie. Nothing's going to... You can watch movies on these. Like, those headphones have ruined movies for me. I can't listen to movies on, like, a TV speaker anymore. Like, you don't understand the bass, like, everything. It's just, it's such a great experience. For $400, in my opinion, it's totally worth it. Anyways, if you have any comments, please leave them down below. Please leave a like, and I'll see you next time.